Ever wondered how to ace your fourth grade Abeka Language Arts Quarter Exam number 8 with ease? Well, you're in luck because today we're going to take a deep dive into the topics covered in your Language Arts Exam number 8. I've also provided a copy of the study guide for this exact exam in the description section below. We'll be navigating through the labyrinth of nouns, venturing into the realm of sentence structure, and unlocking the mysteries of proper capitalization. We'll decipher the language of punctuation, master the art of selecting the correct word, and learn the dance of subject-verb agreement. And that's not all. We'll also be exploring the world of contractions and direct quotations. Each topic is a stepping stone on the path to acing your test. But remember, this is not just about passing a test. It's about understanding the intricacies of language and how it shapes our communication. So, buckle up and prepare for an exciting journey through language arts. Are you ready to conquer your language arts test? Let's go. First up, we have nouns identification. Nouns, you might recall, are essentially the names we use for people, places, things, or ideas. They are the meat and potatoes of our sentences, the main characters of our stories. Let's think about a few examples. Consider the words dog, city, happiness. Each of these is a noun representing a creature, a place, and an abstract concept respectively. Now, not all nouns are created equal. Some are common, like dog, while others are proper, like London. Some are singular, like cat, while others are plural, like cats. We also have compound nouns, which combine two words to create a new meaning, like bedroom. As you continue your studies, keep these different types of nouns in mind. Understanding the roles they play and the forms they take will help you become a more confident and capable communicator. Keep these types of nouns in mind as you study. Next, we'll explore diagramming sentences. This is a bit like solving a puzzle where each word has its unique place. Sentence diagramming is a visual way to dissect the English language, breaking down sentences into their component parts. It's like a roadmap for a sentence, showing how all the different parts connect. The main parts of any sentence are the subject and the predicate. The subject is what the sentence is about, and the predicate tells us what the subject is doing. So if we take a simple sentence like the cat sat, the cat is our subject and sat is our predicate. Now, sentences can get more complex with additional elements like direct objects, indirect objects, and modifiers. But don't worry. The beauty of sentence diagramming is that it helps us visually organize these elements. Remember, understanding the structure of a sentence is key to understanding its full meaning. Now let's tackle capitalization. This little detail can make a big difference in your writing. It's like the cherry on top of a sundae, small but significant. Capitalization helps us recognize names, titles, and beginnings of sentences. It's a signpost that signals important information. Picture yourself reading a book. Would you be able to tell where a new sentence begins without capitalization? Probably not. Now imagine a sentence. Sally and Tom went to New York. Seems a bit off, doesn't it? That's because Sally, Tom, and New York are all proper nouns and they need to be capitalized. It's Sally and Tom went to New York. So when you're proofreading, keep an eye out for words that need to be capitalized. Remember, the first word of a sentence, names of people, places, and important words in titles should always be capitalized. Spotting these details can elevate your writing to a whole new level. Keep an eye out for words that need to be capitalized when you're proofreading. Next up, punctuation. Picture this. Punctuation marks are like the traffic signals of language. They guide us when to pause, stop, and pay attention as we navigate through sentences. They can turn a confusing jumble of words into a clear, coherent message. Now consider some sentences that are missing these crucial guides. Let's take, for instance, a sentence like, "Let's eat grandma." Without the right punctuation, it sounds like we're having grandma for dinner. But with a simple comma, "Let's eat grandma" becomes a polite invitation to a meal. Or how about, "A woman without her man is nothing." Without punctuation, its meaning is unclear, but punctuated as, "A woman without her man is nothing," it takes on a completely different sentiment. So, as you proofread, ask yourself, where would you place commas, periods, or other punctuation marks? Remember, punctuation marks are like road signs for reading. Let's move on to word usage. You see, language is a bit like a toolbox. Each word is a different tool that can change the meaning of a sentence. Selecting the right word is crucial in getting your message across. Think of it this way. Choosing the right word for a sentence is like selecting the perfect ingredient for a recipe. The wrong choice could change the flavor entirely. For instance, consider the words see and observe. They might seem similar, but observe implies a more careful, attentive kind of looking. So if you're describing a scientist looking at an experiment, observe would be a more suitable choice. And let's not forget about connotations. Words carry emotional implications. Giggle sounds lighter and more playful than laugh, doesn't it? Always think about the context when choosing words. It's a subtle art, but mastering it can make your writing and speech more effective and engaging. Now let's focus on subject-verb agreement. It's a crucial part of English grammar, ensuring a smooth flow in our sentences. In a nutshell, singular subjects need singular verbs, and plural subjects require plural verbs. Sounds simple, right? But it can get a little tricky when we have complex sentences. For instance, take the sentence, "The book on the shelves is new." Here, book is the subject, not shelves, so we use is, not are. On the other hand, consider the books on the shelf are new. Now, books is our subject, hence we use are. So when you come across a sentence, identify the subject first, then select the verb that agrees with it. Whether it's singular or plural will determine the form of the verb you should use. Always make sure your subjects and verbs agree. Next, we have contractions. Now, contractions are a bit like linguistic shortcuts. They're a way of combining words to make our speech and writing flow more smoothly. Think of words like can't, won't, I'm. These are all contractions. They take two words and condense them into one, all while maintaining the same meaning. Let's look at some sentences that we can rewrite with contractions. For example, we could take a sentence like, "I am going to the park," and rewrite it as "I'm going to the park." Or "She will not be late" becomes "She won't be late." It's exactly the same meaning, just a bit more compact. So see if you can spot opportunities to use contractions in your own writing. Remember, contractions can make your sentences smoother. We've covered a lot today. From digging into the world of nouns to understanding the intricacies of sentence structure, we've journeyed through the beautiful labyrinth of language arts. Let's revisit some key points. First, we dove into the realm of nouns, exploring their types and learning to identify them in our sentences. Remember, nouns can be people, places, things, or ideas, and they take on different forms like common, compound, proper, or plural. Next, we assembled the puzzle of sentence diagramming. Here we learned that every word has a place, and understanding this structure helps us grasp the full meaning of a sentence. Then we navigated the tricky waters of capitalization and punctuation during proofreading. We learned that capital letters are used for names, places, and important words in titles, while punctuation marks guide our reading, signaling where to pause, stop, or take note. Continuing our journey, we delved into the art of word usage, choosing the right word for the context. It's like picking the perfect color for a painting. Following this, we matched subjects with their agreeing verbs in the subject-verb agreement section. It's essential to remember that the form of the verb depends on whether the subject is singular or plural. We then contracted our sentences, combining words for quicker, smoother speaking and writing. Contractions are like shortcuts in language, making our sentences more efficient. Finally, we tackled direct quotations, learning to use them correctly in our writing. They're like snippets of conversations, adding life and authenticity to our work. With these tips in mind, you're ready to ace your language arts test. Good luck!